friends, I'm back for another day of BookMas. We are on day 14. So yeah, I'm very excited to do this video. I have a Netgally account. I actually have 2 Netgally accounts. So I have get approved for a lot of ARCs. But I'm always bad at getting my numbers up. But I wanted to feature 13 ARCs that I'm super excited about that I really hope to read soon. And let's get into it. And if I know dates and I know summaries, I will be sure to tell you about them. So yeah, let's get into it. The first book we're going to talk about is City of Nightmares, and I will attach a photo here. This book comes out in January 2023. Let's get into it. This book is a mix between Strange the Dreamer and Gotham. It's a thrilling young adult fantasy about a cowardly girl who finds herself at the center of a criminal syndicate conspiracy in a city where crooked politicians and sinister cults reign, and dreaming means waking up as your worst nightmare. That sounds really interesting. It's by Rebecca Schaeffer, which I don't think I've read anything by before. The cover's really pretty, and I love books about cults, so that should be interesting. The next book I'm actually already on a blog tour for, so I'm definitely going to have to read this in January, maybe even before then, we'll see. But it's Spice Road, and it comes out in January 2023, and here is a photo. And if you see me looking down, it's because my notes are under me. This is the first book in an epic fantasy series set in an Arabian-inspired land with secret spice magic. That sounds interesting. I love books with like a unique setting or a unique magic I haven't necessarily read before. So that's really exciting. It comes out in January, and I'll definitely be checking this one out for sure. The next book we're going to talk about is a middle grade. I actually just got approved for the arc of this today, so I'm really excited for it. It's called Momo's Urshina Steals the Sword of Wind. This comes out in February 2023, and here is a really, really pretty photo. And this is a thrilling fantasy series about a 12-year-old girl who must save her Shinto goddess mother and the world by facing down demons intent on bringing chaos. I love things about mythology. I'm a big Rick Riordan Present fan, but I also love other aspects as well, like other books that come out. So this book sounds really, really cool, and it comes out in February 2023. So yeah. The next book I'm going to chat about is Finley Donovan Jumps the Gun. This is the 3rd book in that series, so I don't have a lot to say about it. I will admit, the series I don't love it, but I am excited to keep reading, and maybe the books will get a little bit better as they go on. Here is a pretty cover, and this comes out in February. And the next book we're going to chat about is When You Wish Upon a Lantern by Gloria Chow. This comes out in February 2023, and I have to admit the cover's pretty stunning, so it had to be included on this list. So here's the cover, and then let's chat about the summary in the next clip. This is acclaimed author Gloria Chow creates real world magic in this luminous romance where teens devote themselves to granting other people's wishes, but are too afraid to let themselves have their own heart desires or each other. I love book about matchmaking and wishes and magical elements in a contemporary. I love that. I'm here for it. Comes out in February, and I have actually quite a few Gloria Chow books that I need to read. So if you want to see a reading vlog, comment below, and maybe I will do it because I have a few that are on my TBR. And then the next book is another contemporary, and it's called Chloe and the Cowshy Boys, and it comes out in March 2023, and here is that cover. This is When Dimple Met Rishi Meets Love Boat Taipei in this hilarious YA rom-com when a Chinese Filipino girl in Molina, whose father is setting her up with a lot of dates to convince her to go to school closer to home. That sounds delightful. If my dad ever did that, he would be kicked out of the door. But that sounds good. I'm excited to read it. Comes out in March, and I'm really excited to read it. So another book that comes out in March is probably one of my most highly anticipated reads. My friend Tiffany read it and really enjoyed it, and that is Royal Blood by Amy Carter. I'm so excited for this book. Take a look at this pretty cover. And yeah, let's take a sneak peek. This is when an American girl becomes the British monarch's greatest nightmare in this thrilling new series where royal scandal just got deadlier. I think this is like an American girl is like the bastard child of the king or a prince, and hilarious drama and intrigue ensues. This gives me Pretty Little Liars vibes. This gives me Ally Carter vibes. I'm really excited. It comes out in March, and I really, really want to read it. The next book is the only like adult book on this list, but it's the one that like I missed out on New York City Comic Con and I was frantic to try to get a copy, so I picked up First Bright Thing. And it's just an adult book. It has to do with like a magical competition. It comes out in April. Here's the pretty cover, but it has to just do with a magical competition. And my friend was telling me about it and I was like, oh, I need to get that. So that's why it's on this list. I hope to read it soon. Yeah, but pretty cover. Admire. Now let's go on to the next book. The next book I was so excited to get a copy of, and that is Hot Dutch Daydream by Christy Boyst. This is the second book to Hot British Boyfriend, which I loved. I read it a couple of years ago. This I think takes place in Dutch, or like wherever that is, and it has to do with like the arts as well. I'm really excited for travel. I hope to travel this year. Give me all the travel books. I'm super here for it, but this book does come out in April, and I think it's a companion book. I don't know if you see the characters again, but we will find out. Another April release that I'm super excited about is called The Witch and the Vampire, and this comes out in April. Here is a really, really pretty cover. And yeah, let's get into this one. This is a sapphic story with a Rapunzel twist, but let's admire this pretty cover first. This is a queer Rapunzel retelling where a witch and a vampire who trust no one put themselves on a journey together through a cursed forest with danger at every turn. You had me at cursed forest, you had me at sapphic. I'm super excited. The cover is really pretty and it's definitely on my list. The next one I'm going to talk about is called Viva Lesbos Esperanza. It comes out in April 2023. This is a really, really pretty cover over here. This is another YA contemporary that I'm really excited for. This is another YA contemporary that's going to be travel vibes. You follow a main character who spends the summer in Mexico City, and with a dash of magic and a book-smart teen spends her summer in Mexico City, meets two very cute boys, attends to learn Spanish, and a family secret that changes her life forever. So that sounds really exciting. I love about the potentiality of magic. I love the book-smart teen. I'm here, and yeah, the cover looks really, really pretty, as you saw. And then the next book we're going to chat about is Enter the Body, which comes out in April. This is a take on like a Shakespeare reimagining. I'm intrigued by it for sure. And here's a pretty cover. This is the room beneath the stage trapdoor. Shakespeare's dead teenage girls Juliet, Ophelia, Cordelia, and others compare their experiences and retell their stories of their lives in their own terms. That sounds delightful. I love when Shakespeare characters sort of get a reimagining. It kind of reminds me of Six the Musical. I'm here for it. I'm really excited for it. It comes out. Another book I am really excited to share with you. Sorry, I have my notes went on hibernation and now I don't know what I'm doing. So yeah. The next book we are going to chat about is Plus One. This one is by Kelly Rodsky, and I really liked her first book. I haven't read her second book yet, but this is called Plus One. It's the last book on this list. It comes out in August, so I have a little bit of a wait for this one. But it basically finds a girl who wants to like get back at her cousin. So she winds up dancing all these boys to bring to her cousin's party. Hilarity, drama, and romance ensues. I'm really excited. Her other one had to do with like drama, which I still want to read about. But I get approved for the arc of this one. It comes out in August. And that is the last book on this list. Let me know if there's any 2023 books that you are like dying to get an early copy of, or like you just really, really want to read. I would love to hear about it, and I will talk to you guys for my next book next video. Bye, friends.